first thing is to try to focus on, don't think about changing breakfast, lunch and dinner. Choose the one that you struggle the most with. Do you leave at home in the morning and obviously don't eat breakfast, so you might grab a muffin which is full of, you know, milk and sugar and all the rubbish. You know, again, it's a whole food, plant-based. We're not just talking about the plant, we're talking about whole food. So where's your struggle and focus on that. If it's breakfast, then focus on, you know, grabbing more fruit, a handful of nuts, boiled egg, things like that. So make things easy for yourself that you can grab and run, fit it in with your lifestyle. So that would be my first one, is to focus on the one that's the most troubling.
One of my top tips is adding in.
Okay, good, yeah.
Not focusing on taking away. Is that adding just don't change anything about what you're doing, simply just add something in. So whether that is this week I'm going to add kale, or I'm gonna make a smoothie this week, and that's all you do is you practice that for a week. And then the next week you add something else. So not doing one new thing a day, because in the beginning that often overwhelms people, and that's where the whole idea of getting away from a diet is that, you know, if something is too fast and furious, chances are you start fast and furious and then it just fizzles out. So try something and give it a week, and then, you know, by the time 3-6 months goes, you have a bunch of new things you've added in, and again you've likely stopped doing something that was a poor habit.
Yeah, and another thing is to then, the same thing with the adding in. To add in is also just making a transition to replace. So if there's two brands in the shops, and, you know, one says that it, you know, there's non-dairy, non-this and all the rest of it, try that version that is, you know, without the animal products in it. It's more plant-based. So make that transition to just replace things. So yes, so again, just focus on one thing that you're having an issue with, rather than, I mean, there'd be a lot of things, but just choose one, add in, and then, you know, look at things and go, oh, okay, well that one's got this, this and this and this. So it's like soy sauce. This is soy sauce, right? And this has got wheat and sugar and all these sorts of things, right, in there. And then I've got tamari, which is just fermented soy and water. Oh, that's a replacement. They taste pretty much the same, and I've just made that replacement. So yeah, it's about just one for the other. So, and that's, I suppose, a bit of reading. That's one of the things that we teach on the courses, about deciphering labels, because they can be a minefield. But yeah, I suppose even then, yeah, and another thing is to hydrate, making sure that you really, and I know everyone says it and everyone's sick of doing it. We have a wee water, wee method, which is that you drink 2 glasses of water in the morning, which makes you wee, which then when you come out after a wee, you have another 2 glasses of water, which makes you wee, and then you have another 2 glasses. So you attach, and that whole idea is attaching
a new pattern
to something. Okay. You might go through a whole day of not drinking, and hydration is really important because it keeps us full and it stops us from grabbing snacks that we otherwise shouldn't probably or not need. So when you attach something with it, it becomes your new habit. So if you wake up in the morning and you have a lemon and water, it becomes your new health style, rather than having the coffee first thing in the morning. So, you know, just those.
And also when somebody's transitioning to whole food plant-based, is that there's often a large increase in fiber, and the water helps to actually, you know,
pass that through,
so that you're, you know, because some people can go through what's called like detox symptoms in the first while they're transitioning. One of the other things I would add that we discuss is, we call it the ABCs, which is always being conscious. So it's about, and what that means is paying attention to what you're doing. So paying attention to what you're doing, not just with your food, but your entire life. Like being conscious of your daily practices, being conscious if you're rushing out the door, being conscious where you're spending your money on food. Are you spending it on fresh food, or are you buying takeout? Are you being conscious if you are rushing, sitting at your desk at work and you're chomping and you're eating so fast, or are you actually taking your lunch break you know, taking your salad, whatever lunch it is that you're eating, and maybe go and sit in the sunshine. So our idea of always being conscious is that when you're conscious, you're actually aware of what you're doing, and then you can make a better choice.